Hey guys, it's Melinda here, and I am doing a video today on how I wrap mugs. Now, I just started making mugs last year in 2020, so I've been doing it for quite some time now. But let me tell you, when you want to get into the mug business and you want to actually create the mugs, and I'm not talking about doing print on demand, although I do print on demand, I do, some of my shops do print on demand with Etsy and Shopify, things of that nature. I always wanted to be able to do it myself. So I went hybrid. So some of my mugs I'll do print on demand. Some of them I will do myself depending on the quantities. We'll talk about that in another video, but a lot of times when people order like very large quantities of your mugs, and you have the print on demand companies do it, the profit is just absolutely terrible. So usually if it's just one little mug here, one little mug there that people are ordering, I usually use Printful. I'll let them do it. But when people are ordering 4 and 5, 6 mugs, I mean, I've had people order, 20 mugs, 30 mugs. I typically do them myself because it's the profit is so much different because of the cost of shipping. But that's not what this video is going to be about. One of the biggest struggles that I had with creating mugs was actually making the mugs look like really nice when they printed. So many of you know, if you're already doing it, you have to print out your design on a piece of transfer paper. And so I basically use mug transfer paper that's already cut. It's 9 by 5. I have to check again. I'll put the description of where I get my mug. Well, you see it's text print -R, but I will, it's basically just their mug print. Okay. So this is what I use. And I also have a sublimation printer. I have a Sawgrass SG500. I'm not a fan of Sawgrass. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, but that's another video. So anyway, so I put my mug paper in there and it prints out the design. It's mirrored, okay. And what I found was just what was driving me nuts was after I would actually sublimate the mugs, the print would be faint, or it would be shadowed. It would look smudgy. It would have like maybe lint that got caught into it. And so there was always just something wrong. And I swear I probably blew through a case of mugs because I just screwed up so many mugs. I mean, that's one thing. If you're going to try to do this and print the mugs yourselves, let's say you don't want to be a hybrid person. Let's say you don't want to do print on demand. You want to just do it all yourself. When you're getting started, it is a nightmare. I mean, it literally is a nightmare because you have to make sure that your settings are right with whatever you're using to actually heat press the mugs. And you just have to make sure that everything is basically perfect. So one of the things that really made my mugs wonderful all the time was the way that I would tape the transfer paper to the mugs. Now, a lot of people are going to say, they're going to watch this video and like, she is so ridiculous with this tape. It is absolutely out of control. But this is the only way that I can make sure that my mugs come out beautiful. So this is one of the mugs that I've done. Now this is, try to get it to where you guys, oh, I don't know if you can really see it, but it has a cuss word in it. It says mother effing homeowner, established 2021, and it's a personalized mug. I'm trying to get it out of that light. Hold on. Let me lower the light a little bit. I don't know if that helped or not, but so what would happen is like the top portion of this would be very faint, and then the middle portion would be dark, and then this would be faint at the bottom, and I would just destroy so many mugs. I could not figure it out. Now, I do print 15 ounce mugs and 11 ounce mugs, excuse me. As you will see when you watch my videos, I am not a great speaker. I am not a good orator. I'm horrible. So I will fumble over words. I'm dyslexic. I have all kinds of issues. So listen, if anybody can do this, you can do it. So, all right. So I just want to share with you how I put my transfers on my mugs because it has been a lifesaver. And many of you are going to say you use way too much tape, but I'm telling you, you would rather use way too much tape than to have to throw out a whole bunch of mugs, okay? So the first thing I do is I make sure there is nothing on the mug. So I take a good look at it. I have like a nice bright light at my desk and I kind of blow on it a little bit to make sure that if there's any dust or in it, there isn't anything on it. But one thing that I will say is before like when I purchase these, and I usually purchase my mugs from Coastal Business, it comes in like a plastic wrap, okay? So I don't take that plastic off until I am definitely ready to put that transfer on because the lint can destroy a mug. So some of you are probably getting like little blue blotches on your mug sometimes, and that's because there's lint that's floating down and you can't see it. So that's another thing. When you print this paper off, you want to immediately put it on the mug, okay? But before I put it on the mug, I always look at it really good. I kind of blow on it a little bit. I even put it up to the light to make sure that there is absolutely no lint on here because make sure you don't spit on it. But whatever is on this transfer paper is going to transfer over to your mug, okay? So do like a light little blow on it. And then what I do is I kind of just, center it. Now, I am going to put up a video on how to make your own mug wraps. That's another thing that, oh my God, I was ready to just throw in the towel because I could not get the design to be completely centered on the mug. It would always just be off on one side. I purchased so many, like I went on Etsy and I was looking for a mug template so I would have the perfect image in the middle and it still wouldn't come out. So I came up with a system that I use on Canva to make sure that my images look perfect on the mug. Okay, but that'll be, once again, another video. I got so much stuff to share with y'all. I'm so excited. Okay, so this is, you can't see the design, but it is centered. Okay, so what I do is I hold it, okay, and then I have my heat transfer tape. Now, invest in one of these little dispensers because trying to hold transfer tape, cut it with scissors, and then apply it on the mug is a major hassle. Okay, so my trick is I use a ton of tape, okay? So I put one little piece on one side, and what you want to do is kind of massage it really tight. So you want this transfer paper to be just so tight on this mug that there's nothing can get through it, because when you're heating this, you don't want the ink to have anywhere else to go, okay? So I put my two little pieces there just to get started. Now, most people, they will take a piece of tape and just have it go across, or they'll stop here. I did that at first and my mugs were okay, but they still were faint. They weren't like popping like this one. And I don't know if you guys can really see that well, but it's a good mug. Okay. So, all right. So what I do is I don't want any space. So I literally, and let me tell you, I buy a lot of transfer tape. And I was like, okay, it's either going to be, I'm going to buy a whole bunch of transfer tape, or I'm going to have to keep buying a whole bunch of cases of mugs, or I'm just not going to do this anymore, because I was destroying mugs. I mean, literally destroying the mugs. Okay, so start off like that, all the way down on both sides, and then what I do is I even across the top. Now, some of y'all, I can hear y'all now just hating, like, she is so ridiculous with this tape right now. It doesn't take all that. But for me, and it could just be my heat press that I use. Now, let me get into that. So I purchased a heat press vacuum because I like to do the 15 ounce mugs as well. So I'm gonna go across the bottom as well. I know I'm ridiculous. I know. I already know that. You can go ahead and put in the comments, you're ridiculous. But let me tell you, My mugs come out really nice. And the worst thing is to have to throw out a mug. Now, these mugs can get a little pricey. So I would rather spend more money in the tape than the mugs, okay? So, yes, so I literally tape it all around. Most people do not do this, like I said. All right, so the next thing that I do, let's see, I didn't bring in extra paper, but I take copy paper. Now I take copy paper and I also wrap that around the mug. It doesn't have to go all the way. The reason why I do that is because I don't want the ink to go on my expensive mug wraps. And I just invested in some really expensive mug wraps, expensive to me. They were like $30 a piece. And so I put my print paper. So what happens is the ink can't seep out onto the mug wrap. Actually, I have it right here. Okay. So this bad boy is the real deal. Okay. This is a Hicks mug wrap. I purchased this, I believe, from Coastal Business as well. Now, I will say it sucks on 11-ounce mugs. It does not do well on 11-ounce mugs. So I think Coastal Business, if you guys are listening, if you guys see this video, just understand that these do not do well for me on the 11-ounce mugs. And then what I do is I know you guys can't see it right now, but I'll hold it up. Now, when you're using a Hicks mug wrap, it's very easy to put on, but getting this bad boy off after it's heated is hell, okay? So this is what it looks like before it goes into the vacuum. So I have a vacuum. I needed the vacuum for the 11-ounce mugs. The vacuum cost me about a little over $900. The reason why I got this vacuum is because I could sublimate not just 15-ounce mugs, but I could do puzzles, I can do plates, I can do, what do you call them, like cell phone cases. There's so many things that I could sublimate. I could have gotten a cheaper press that would sublimate the 15-ounce mugs, but I wanted to be able to do more than just that. So I got one from Amazon. It's okay. My goal is to get a Hicks like oven, because my orders are really starting to come through for other platforms as well now. And I just need something that I can just throw in like 20 mugs, or maybe not that many at the same time, but I need something that I can really put a lot of mugs in, because this is starting to take up a lot of my time. But this is how I do it. I use a lot of tape. No ink is going to come out of this mug. Okay. So that's how I wrap my mugs. I make sure it's really tight. Just make sure you are literally massaging it to make it super tight. Strap that tape on and you're good. So that's just one of my tips. Please feel free to put your comments below. You can tell me how horrible that is, or, let me know if it helped for you. But I'm telling you, a lot of you who are having the faint designs come out on your mugs is because that it's not tight enough, okay? And then also when you're getting like little speckles and little spots, it's because there are particles on your transfer sheets that you can't see. So just blow them off a little bit, just like you have to lint roll t-shirts. You have to get that lint off of your transfer sheet. So I hope this helps someone. And then so what I would do is I would stick this in my vacuum for about, now this is another ridiculous thing that I do that a lot of people don't do, but I vacuum them for about 13 minutes and 30 seconds. But I would obviously put more than one in there. For every mug, I will add about a minute and a half. I usually only do 2 15-ounce mugs at a time. I'll do 3 or 4 11-ounce mugs at a time. I do 200 degrees, and 200 degrees. And I do, like I said, for about 13:30 for one mug. And I would add about a minute and a half for every mug that I add to it at the same time. So that's what I do. And they come out beautiful. They come out beautiful. Yes. Okay. I love making mugs. So that is the end of this video. I'm going to have so many more tips for you guys. Like I said, I don't want y'all making the same mistakes that I did. This is such a profitable business, especially when you're doing it yourself, because you can get stuff out faster. It is just awesome. So I'm just encouraging you, if you're thinking about doing it yourself, at least have the equipment to do it. At least start off with an 11-ounce mug press. You can get one for about, what did I pay? I think I paid like $178 for an 11-ounce mug press. That's what I start off with. I still use it. And then if you want to get into the 15-ounce mug presses, you can get a vacuum. Some people use conventional ovens. I tried that. It just didn't look as crisp to me. That's another video. Okay, thanks so much for watching this video. Leave me comments below, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell for when I put out more videos. Take care.